Pakistan TV. Now, we've been joined by Mr. Faiz Rehman from Washington, D.C. Faiz, welcome to Pakistan TV. It is evident now that the US President Donald Trump has made his remarks, and he said that Pakistan's got a great prime minister. He said that Pakistan's got a great leader and a great general. Keeping this in mind now that Pakistan and Afghanistan skirmishes are going on the other hand, we've got Iran situation along with the US going on. Do you think that the US will play a vital role in diplomatically resolving the tensions between Pakistan and Afghanistan, or Pakistan has to take it on their own?
I think he did say yes if there is an opportunity, but he didn't directly answer that question. He was asked whether he would like to end another war. Per his statements, many of them, he has ended like 8 wars already, and this is the 9th one going on in the region. So would he be able to do it? But he didn't answer that question directly. He said, he's on Pakistan's side. I mean, he couldn't be more clear, in my opinion, that which side he is on. And of course, he didn't have a choice. Most Americans, I think almost 90% of the Americans, if I'm not wrong, they do support Pakistan. They don't know much about Afghanistan. And Afghanistan is one government, actually, the government of Afghanistan. The United States doesn't recognize that government as most of the other countries. So I think Mr. Trump didn't have much of a choice but to side and support Pakistan's position, and that's exactly what he did. And of course, recently, if you see all the visits and interactions between the Prime Minister, the President, the Field Marshal. So I have no doubt that the United States will continue to support Pakistan's position regardless, and I think this is the right position to take for the Americans, as you rightly pointed out. We don't know what's going to happen with Iran soon. Things are heating up. I still hope that something may end up using diplomacy more emphatically than just this naked military power. But you don't know. Today we see that the United States Vice President met with the Omani foreign minister, and they both kind of emphasized the need to still resolve this issue on diplomatic lines. So yes, that issue is also kind of brewing very fast, and then you have this dramatic escalation in the hostilities among two basically very friendly countries. They shared so much together. They share not just cultures, not just the borders, but thousands and thousands of histories together. So I don't know whether, like I said before, Mr. Trump had any choice but to support Pakistan's position, and he will continue to do that. So you will see. And one obvious reason is because America still doesn't recognize the Taliban government.
Well, are there any other diplomatic efforts being carried out to make sure that there is a resolve of the Pakistan and Afghanistan conflict?
Well, we haven't seen any, nothing is on the horizon, so to speak. The Afghans, they have requested, they have appealed to the international community that they're willing to negotiate. But negotiate what? I mean, Pakistan has made it very clear, as have the other countries, that, they must not allow their soil, their territories to attack any other neighborly country, in this case Pakistan. So I don't think what's there to negotiate except just wipe out all those camps, and finish all those elements that you think are launching attacks on Pakistan. So that's the only probably point that Pakistan would like to negotiate on. And the Pakistanis, to be fair with the Pakistanis, Pakistan has been negotiating, has been asking, has been appealing, requesting that please stop this cross-border terrorism. But despite all those efforts, you see the needle has moved at all. And then again, despite all these requests and everything, the Afghan government, they chose to attack Pakistan, in their opinion, probably a preemptive attack. That's what they're calling it. But again, I don't see any diplomatic efforts at this point from the international community. I'm sure something is happening in the Middle East, especially with our Muslim Arab countries. Some of those important and powerful and influential countries who have influence on both Pakistan and Afghanistan would try to break this deadlock, in my opinion. But I am not aware of any substantial effort at this point.
Coming back to the US President Donald Trump now, how do you see the US President Donald Trump overseeing the situation in Afghanistan right now, especially when the Afghan soil itself is being used by terror outfits?
So, see, Afghanistan doesn't have a good reputation here. And Mr. Trump is very bitter about that Afghan experience when President Biden all of a sudden chose to withdraw and withdraw with such a mess. So that didn't leave a good taste in many Americans' mouth here. And they still believe that, that could have been managed properly in a more, what you call proper manner, but that didn't happen. And of course, then the right, while that exit was taking place, that withdrawal was taking place, Taliban chose to bomb the American soldiers. So there's no love lost between the Americans and the Taliban government, and there's no way, I don't see at all any way possible that the Americans would side with the Taliban government. Yes, they all have, all these sympathies with the Afghan people, the poor Afghan people who've been, target and victim of so much oppression, for so many years. But I don't see anything possible in the American public square that would be willing to support Taliban's position in this conflict. And Pakistan would continue to enjoy that support, not just in America, but I'm sure from other countries, because Pakistan's position is correct. But at the same time, being a Pakistani American, this is my own personal desire and wish that I hope things wouldn't have gone this far between two neighborly, two brotherly, two Islamic countries. But that's what it is. That's what you have to deal with right now. And Pakistan stands firm in this resolve to beat this menace. And I think the Americans appreciate that.
Faiz, let's talk about the nexus that's going on. We've talked about the Hindutva ideology and the RSS, and then Israel into it as well, and now they're supporting Afghanistan, so to say. What would be your point of view on that, and what would be an average American's point of view on that, given the fact that you've just mentioned that the people in the US do not support the Taliban government itself?
Yes. So that's a very dangerous development, as I see it. Prime Minister Modi going to Israel, meeting Prime Minister Netanyahu, and such a show of great camaraderie and lovey-dovey situation. India was also close to Iran. India has been close to lots of Middle Eastern countries. So I don't know how they're going to manage this equation. On the one hand, they want to continue their relationship with the Middle Eastern countries where they rely heavily on energy supplies, and so many of them, they work and earn their livelihood in the Middle Eastern countries. And on the Iran side, still India is probably one of the largest buyers of the Iranian oil. So I don't understand how they're going to manage. But one thing common that I see in that relationship is the animosity towards Pakistan and the hostilities in the region, especially in Gaza. So Pakistan has to be very careful. We have to look at the situation with a very close eye and without being very emotional. We have to be very methodical in this situation, what's happening. And I don't think it's a coincidence. It's just a coincidence that, right after that visit, the Taliban government or the Taliban regime would choose to attack Pakistan in such a brazen style and manner. So I see those incidents somehow connected, those events connected, and also it has a history. The foreign minister of the Taliban government going to India, having some unprecedented meetings, conversations, announcements, and the show of such a huge development in their relationship. I don't think anything is coincidental. It's also, as you pointed out, a nexus. It's probably that is a nexus. They want to make sure that they somehow surround Pakistan from not just west but also from their eastern borders. And if God forbid, if there is a huge war in Iran, and if something else happens there, so Pakistan would be kind of would be in a difficult situation to manage not just their borders on both sides, east and west, and also situation in Iran, where you may see some refugees coming in if that war drags on into weeks or months. Who knows? Even Mr. Trump wasn't sure when he was asked that did he see any risks of this war dragging for weeks and months, and he said yes, there were risks, and there is always a risk when things like this happen. So nobody's sure what's going to happen. The Pakistanis have to be united among themselves. The political situation needs to improve, and all the talk about infighting and all this political instability has to go, because there's so much danger sitting on all around the country. So my message, my opinion at this point, yes, the danger is real, the nexus is real, and there are plans in place, not and Alhamdulillah, Pakistan is in a very powerful situation, as Trump pointed out. It's a good military leadership, good political leadership, and they support those leaders in Pakistan. So yes, Pakistan is in a situation to kind of dispel these dangers, but it all depends on a unified nation as well. And I hope there is more unity among ourselves. There's more harmony on our issues facing all of us, and we face these dangers as one united nation, one united country.
Well, we wish and hope that peace prevails in the region. Thank you very much for joining us, Senior Analyst from Washington, D.C., Faiz Rehman. That's all the news that we have for the moment. From my side, Ahson, Haqqani, and the entire news team of Pakistan TV. Stay tuned for more.